Oh, hi. How does Miley Cyrus want to perceive her now? And why does she's really trying hard to rewrite her own history? So I'm not a Miley Cyrus hater. Here you can see why I'm not. But I really want to highlight this topic as far as in her interview, which I saw recently, she was saying that she was an average teenager. And since that, according to her, average teenager experiment with weed. And there was nothing wrong with her to do the same things, especially then that happened off camera and accidentally was leaked. So it was unfair that her contract was terminated. Um, let's going clear and let's just go through her statements just step by step. So at first she's saying that she's an average teenager. And what is average teenager? According to her, I guess it's like everyone then they're in their 15 years old age trying with or experimenting with drugs. But I don't think that she actually knows what average teenager is. She was raised in a superstars family in multi-million dollar houses with managers, with record labels and everything. And she was really highly pushed into that sphere of entertainment. So she like a nepo baby, she had every fucking thing that average person does not have. And afterward, after these things, she's saying that she was an average teenager. So that's we're really talking about like average teenager, I don't know, in the or we're just talking about some elite Hollywood star, kid star group which like has thousands and millions, I don't know, like this incredible amounts of money, and they really don't know how to spend them properly because their parents definitely don't give a shit about them, they give a shit about their money. So this is why they just doing all and trying to escape their fame into this type of things. So it's just unfair to compare yourself to an average teenager. And even if average teenager would try something, I guess it's like another level of responsibility. As far as you're an average teenager, you just no one gives a shit about you and you have nothing to worry about in your life except you. So you can just imagine an example of two like situation. In first, like a man, maybe he's in his 30s or 50s, and he really trying to just change his life. So he just live in that place, she's changing this country of living and starting his new life all over again. And like nothing wrong with that, you know? But then we just create another situation when this man has his own family with the kids, with the wife. We just have like different feeling because that man has responsibility, and this is why this is why he just can't leave his family, his children, his wife, his like duties. He just can't do all these things because she is responsible for someone. The same thing with Miley with her fans, because the vast majority of them was underage, and it was just unfair to their spotless minds that their idol just turned that wild. Um, it was another level of responsibility, which she just denied for purpose because she trying really hard to rewrite her own history and say that we were wrong, that we were judging her just without no real reason. But I just, why I'm doing this video, because many people supported her and were like argue no they agreed with her and they liked her words, and they just people forget everything really quickly. So I guess vast majority of people just forgot that she was doing the which things were leaking in that period. So let's go back to the topic. Um, and remember just that episode in Hannah Montana series when Hannah Montana refused eating carrots, and all over the world, children refused eating carrots. So let's be honest, kids are pretty stupid, and if they have, like, if their parents don't do all this educational and raising things properly, they just will look after someone else, and usually it's like a role model, and Disney was that conveyor, that machine of doing this proper, right, good role models, and Miley was one of them. So then your star just trying weed, and this video is leaking, is just okay, I guess, for average teen or average fan to be more just tolerant, to be more okay with this light type of, like, I can't say this word on YouTube, but with this weed, just they will the we just higher the probability of that kid, of that fan trying this type of trying weed. And I guess she really had like no fucking right for doing this and for bringing many kids around the world into like this type of damage. So let's just watch this from the parents' side. Um, Kids just can't buy merch and CDs and buy tickets on their concerts. So they ask their parents, and their parents just validate their just role model. If it's good, then they can give some money to the Disney, to the star. The star will tell their kids what's good and what's bad. The star will be a good example as far as parents can't be. So they pay for that, and then they see that this person don't do their work properly, they just getting mad, and this is like okay because she was paid for doing her job. Her job was being good role model. Now she is not a good role model. This is why she shouldn't be paid. This is why her contract was terminated. There is nothing wrong. For example, if you're, plumber just did something wrong while just repairing something in your kitchen, you will not pay him because it's your job. So, and it's really crazy how she's trying to protect herself and accuse herself with these words like, oh, it just wasn't me, it was like off topic, it was off time, I never thought that was recorded. But it's her job to help this image. Different jobs has different like spheres and different like features. So her job was to always be good role model and never get out of this example and of this look, I don't know. But she did that several times, and as far as she did her work like extremely badly, this is why just people this is why Disney wanted that hard to erase her from all future projects. And you can say that she was a kid and she never knew that that kind of responsibility and that amount and weight of responsibility will go on her shoulders. But she behaved like an adult. She got salary as an adult. She had record deals and everything. So she was an adult, and she just should take bad sides and good sides of her position because it is what it is. You just can't say, oh, I like money, I like fame, I will take it, I'm an adult, and then all responsibility, no, I'm just a kid. So you just can't be like that. It just does not work like that. And even though, if you are like still like a little girl, your parents has responsibility. Your parents just that adults who signed all these contracts when she wasn't able to do that. So it was okay that people and parents were mad at her parents because they don't look after her. They never, I don't know, check her friends. They never check the situation what's going on with her because it will destroy her and her image. And I guess only people she could blame is not like ordinary parents and ordinary fans and people just who were shocked by this lackness of professionalism, but her parents who never looked after her and who let her do all these things and who was like the reason why this shit happened, why she was like cancelled from Disney, and this is why she went wild, and this is why her career was destroyed until, I don't know, 2017, I guess. Then she got that way to rebuild her image. So we just shouldn't, I just want to save that things because I like Miley. I like her voice and I like her image right now. But I think we should all remember what happened because all these like celebrity things are a really good example, exaggerated representation of our world. And as far as now, we have all this like new morality when everyone, as far as she says, guessing about sex and everything. We just should not forget that recently it wasn't that just easy to behave like today's actors. And if something happened long time ago, we should know that content. We should know that context and that surroundings because nothing happens in a vacuum. And I guess she's responsible for that shift in this sexual norms in celebrity community and in the world, like overall, because that kids who were 10 or less, then all this shit with Miley Cyrus happened, they were just on their way to building their minds and their attitudes. And of course, they looked after their stars, and now they find that things just as soft. She really described that as a soft type of behavior. So this is why we in this point of this world and many videos on YouTube and in TikTok. I guess I don't use TikTok, but they say that oh there were too much attention about sexuality and other shit. But you know what is responsible? Who is responsible for that? And why this happened? And I guess in this channel we will look after all this little situation which I can see through my perspective, and we will trying to go deep into details into each of them, and I guess we will understand each other better. And that's the key. This is the key to the better world. So thanks for watching. Just please subscribe if you like this video. If I was wrong somewhere, just don't be shy to argue with me in the comments. Everything is like everything what you want. I'm here. I will wait you in my next video, which will not be about celebrity, but we will go onto these topics pretty often.